SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
Welcome back to Spartan Nation. We now bring in Tom Izzo's newest weapon. He is the fifth commit for the 2018 class, an absolutely super wing from Indianapolis, Ben Davis. We've been down to his home to spend time with him, and now he's committed to Michigan State, the great Aaron Henry. Aaron, how are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. So when you hear everyone talk about the newest Spartan wing, how's that make you feel?
Makes me feel good. I mean, I'm joining 4 other great recruits, and can't wait to play with them.
Aaron, I want to ask you a little bit before I talk about you. Do you know the other 4 recruits?
I don't know them as well. I mean, I've been introduced to them, and we all went back and forth and texted each other, but nothing in person yet.
You know, for you guys, they may take one more in this class, and I mean, it could possibly be Izzo's greatest class of all time. Izzo talks about each class leaving a footprint. To have a Hall of Famer not only ask you to come, but want you. I know I talked to you about it on your couch in the living room, but now that you've really thought about it, how special is that to you?
I mean, having a Hall of Fame coach recruit you, invite you into his home, and have you on his campus, more than a blessing to me. I mean, not many people get that opportunity, and I'm glad I took full advantage of it.
Aaron, you are close to Gary Harris, who also played wing at Michigan State. And quite frankly, although your games are not exactly the same, they are different, you really will be used a lot in the same way, won't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will.
How did Izzo explain to you that he sees your role?
Saw me as a wing player, playing all over the floor, not just like put in one position and told I can do one thing only.
Right.
He showed me a film of Gary, Shannon Brown, and I forget the other ones. The other player Shannon Brown played.
Denzel Valentine and Mo Egger.
Yeah, Mo Egger. That was his name, Mo Egger. That him as well. Showed me film on those 3, and I can see myself playing that role very well.
You know, that's one thing that a lot of recruits don't understand because they've played one position forever. But when you're a guy that Izzo can see playing 3 or 4 positions, that's why when they recruit a couple of guys at the same position, it doesn't mean you can't be on the same floor together, does it?
No, sir, it doesn't. It just means you get more playing time and you're more versatile. I mean, he can't take you off the floor.
Right. And you know, one of the things that NBA teams like is guys who are versatile, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's something that my high school coach has explained to me for a long time. He said the more positions you can play and the more people you can guard, the more playing time you end up getting.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. I know you're very close to Gary Harris, so when you told him you were committing, what did he say?
I mean, I understand he graduated from Michigan State, but he's not biased at all. He wanted to make sure that I made the right decision for myself.
Right.
And that even though that Michigan State ended up being the school, he didn't force it on me. It was a decision that me and my family made strictly off how we felt, but we appreciate Gary for putting in the word for us that he did.
Well, Gary Harris is 100% sold on you, my friend. Aaron, I wanted to ask you, when we were on your couch, you were very open about this was a dream, but you wanted to go and see it. So now that you've been there, they've put tens of millions of dollars into a facility that was already one of the best in the country in the Breslin to improve it. What's your thoughts on the facilities at Michigan State?
Well, the weight room start off was just wonderful. I mean, that's probably the best weight room I've ever seen in my life. And just the breads. I mean, I didn't see it at its like with the seats lowered and everything, but I can just tell with what I've seen on TV to compare to what it is now, it just seems unreal. And it looked good from when I walked in and I saw the seats up. They weren't down, but I can tell that place can get going a little bit.
Yeah, it really can. I'm curious. I know you spent a lot of time with the guys this weekend. I know that I heard you spent a lot of time with Josh Langford. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. He was my host.
What did Josh have to say to you?
Well, it was I knew Michigan State was a school when he said a few things to me. He said it's a great place here, but I'm sure that as long as you pray on it and as long as you talk it over with your family, you're not going to choose a bad place to go. But he also enforced that. Well, he didn't enforce anything, but he told me that you can't go wrong here. The people were good. The facilities were good. Izzo's good. The whole staff is good. Even the old players were all on the same page. They all know how to bond with each other. They all are unbreakable. And I just want to be a part of that family from the alumni all the way to the players on the roster now.
That's awesome. Aaron, just 2 more questions and I'll get you out of here. I'll be very respectful of your time, but I want to ask, Keon Brooks was around this weekend, and I talked to Keon, and he was so happy for you. What are your thoughts on Keon?
Keon's a great player. Obviously, we beat them in state this year, but sky's the limit for him. I mean, I hate to put a limit on him, but the sky is a pretty high limit to reach. So,
how much would you?
He's a good guy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. You said he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He has some good parents, and I can't wait to see what he's going to be in the future.
Would you like to play with him at Michigan State?
Of course. I mean, we played together in one tournament in Michigan before, a couple years back, and we weren't nearly as good as we both are now. But I always saw something in him. He's always been long and able to play multiple positions on the court just like I can, and it'd be great to play with him.
If you don't mind me asking, what tournament was that? An AAU tournament?
Yeah, it was an AAU tournament about a couple years ago.
Okay.
We played on Team Harris, and he came up for I think a game or two.
Okay. One more question, I'll get you out of here. I know there was some other 18 recruits that came up. There's some other 19 recruits that were there. And it doesn't matter. There's no wrong answer to this, Aaron. But are you the kind of guy now that's going to start reaching out to other recruits to join you?
I mean, if that's what I'm asked to do, then yeah. I mean, but I'm going to be respectful of what the coach wants. I don't know what his plans are for other people, but if that's what he asked me to do, then yeah.
Yeah, that's fun to hear. I love your attitude. I just love the way you handle yourself. We're talking to a young man that, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't need an introduction. Finally, do you know Talon out of Chicago?
I know Talon, yeah. We've texted before.
Oh, good for you. So is that a guy you'd like to see join you in 18 at Michigan State?
We play the same position, but that would be beautiful. He's obviously a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'd be on the court together. We'd just be unstoppable nearly. So, I mean, whatever's best for him, whatever's best for Michigan State.
But my point is, because you're both versatile, there's plenty of room on the court for both of you. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah. Strongly agree with that. Strongly agree.
Awesome. Well, listen, Aaron, we're so happy for you. I want to remind you what I told you that day on your couch. I want you to go wherever God wants you to go. And obviously this is where you felt like he wanted you, so congratulations. God bless you, buddy. And we'll see you down the road. Are you going to be up for Midnight Madness?
I should be.
Awesome. We'll look for you at Midnight Madness, and we'll catch a couple of your games this year, okay, bud?
Sounds good.
That is the one, the only Aaron Henry. Man, that guy is a great player and a better kid. We'll be right back on the Spartan Nation Radio Network. On the Spartan